VTDigger.org is a must-read online resource for Vermonters seeking less infotainment and more insider information on news, politics, public policy, and other issues facing Vermont. I'm Eric Clemens for Comcast Newsmakers on campus at Champlain College in Burlington, Vermont. Ann Galloway, founder and editor of VermontDigger.org, joins me now. Ann, welcome back to the program. Good to have you again.
Thank you, Eric.
Since the last time we spoke, Vermont Digger has experienced even more growth. Tell us about this a little bit.
Well, sure. You know, since 2013, we've added 4 more reporters to our staff. And so we're now able to cover every major policy issue in the state. And we're actually branching out to cover certain communities. We have a reporter now in the city of Burlington who's covering municipal government. And we have a reporter in Windham County who is covering Vermont Yankee, which is a nuclear power plant that's being decommissioned, and news of interest from Brattleboro and other communities in the southern part of the state. We've also grown in the number of readers who come to our site every day. And on a monthly basis, we now have 150,000 readers per month. That's almost double what we had 2 years ago. That's
amazing, especially other publications, they're struggling or even closing. So how do you explain the growth of Vermont Digger?
Well, you know, it is a remarkable thing, and when I first started VTDigger, I wasn't sure this would all be possible, but what has really been the driver is people's interest in this kind of news. People want solid, hard news about public policy issues like education, healthcare, energy and the environment, and state politics. And part of this is based on our revenue growth, which is a little bit different, of course, from a for-profit entity. We're a nonprofit, and our revenues come from a combination of underwriting, membership, donations, large donations, and funding from foundations. We also have a news service now that we didn't have 2 years ago. We provide an AP-style service to 14 community news outlets around the state.
Wow.
Yeah, so our news is picked up by the Valley News in the Upper Valley, by the Brattleboro Reformer, by the Stowe Reporter, St. Albans Messenger, and so on.
Can you explain what kinds of stories, you touched on it a little bit, but what kinds of stories make the most impact to your readers?
Well, you know, people care a lot about politics, and we have a new section on the site that's covering Bernie Sanders' run for president, and that's been incredibly popular, but it's also, you know, had an impact because it's given people insight into his character and into his career as a politician in the state of Vermont. But it's really the legislative coverage that we provide that is sort of our hallmark. I believe that the state legislature provides Vermonters with a window on state government, and so we cover the legislature very carefully so that Vermonters who are concerned about policy decisions and changes to statutes can they can contact their lawmakers and let them know if they don't like something or if they support something. We also do investigative reporting, and I've been working on a series of stories about the Immigrant Investor Program at Jay Peak, and some questions about the finances of that project. We've had stories about Burlington College and some financial issues they've had there. And then we've also written stories about the solar boom in Vermont, and that's been very controversial because people are worried about land use.
Tell us a little bit about how you engage your readers. I mean, these are very interesting topics that you've already said people are interested in.
Yes, well, you know, we use Twitter and Facebook and email distribution and RSS feeds. All these things reach readers where they are. And so that's the main way we reach our readers. We have about 8,500 email subscribers now, and about 13,000 Twitter followers and so on. And these are sort of like the paper boys of old, only they're through technology.
All right. Ann Galloway, VTDigger.org. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you, Eric.
And thank you for watching this edition of Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Eric Clemens, and we'll see you next time.